there, it's Pastor Pete, and I want to give you a brief introduction to week 15 on obedience in the absolute basics of Christianity. The first thing that I want you to notice about this lesson is we are adding to a memory verse that you previously memorized, and the reason I did that is because I think these two verses combined just have a very powerful message in them, and they're relatively easy to memorize and relatively easy to remember, and I thought by just adding another verse to one you already know would help you and give you a little bit of a break in case you've fallen behind or in case you're still lagging a little bit between volumes 1 and volumes 2 to remember all those verses. This will give you a week to kind of get caught up, if you will. So take some time this week, continue to work on those memory verses as you study about obedience. Really, just to give you a brief overview of what you're going to do this week, obedience is incredibly important. In fact, it's more than necessary for a Christian. You can't be a disciple, you can't be a Christ follower and not be obedient to the things that Christ wants you to do. And we've gotten into a bad habit in America and really the church and in the entire world of saying we can obey the parts of Scripture we want to obey, and we can obey the commands that make sense to us, and we will obey the things that benefit us, but the things that are difficult and the things that are hard, we're not going to do those, and we're just going to kind of choose to overlook them. We're going to choose to look past them, and we're just going to choose not to be obedient in those areas of our lives that are challenging or uncomfortable. For a true disciple of Christ, which is what I know you want to be, you're in volume 2, okay? You wouldn't be doing these Bible studies if you didn't want to be a disciple and a follower of Jesus. For a true disciple of Christ, obedience is right up there at the top of the priorities. And so this week we're going to look at why we're obedient, what are some signs of obedience, what motivates our obedience, what motivates us to be obedient. And we're also going to look at some examples of through the Bible from people who were obedient to God and people who were disobedient to God. And as you're reading through those, think about some of the common characteristics between those people who were obedient to God and those who were disobedient to God. And I also want you to notice that just because you're disobedient doesn't mean that God can't use you. Several of the examples that we're going to look at this week as our examples for disobedience, God still used those people in mighty ways. So if you've fallen short, if you haven't been obedient in the past, don't feel like that God can never use you again. Start today. Just decide in your mind, I'm going to be obedient. I'm going to learn about obedience and the importance of it, and I'm going to strive every single day to be obedient to God. This is an incredible chapter. It's a difficult concept. It's something you'll have to work at the rest of your days as you follow the Lord. But learning to follow Him in total obedience will transform your spiritual life if you will put forth the time and the effort and the energy to not only learn about it, but then to put it into practice and to do it in your life. Enjoy the study, answer all the questions, look up all the scriptures, and let me know if I can help you in any way. You can always email me from pastorpete.org.